know what? I go through it. You know what? I go through the Faith, I go through the J-Lo, I go through the Beyonce. I get those all the time. All the time.
I'm not saying
they're always going to compare you to somebody. Yeah, but once you become more familiar to the people, they'll stop calling you that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. They just gotta get to know me better. That's all it is.
Before Blue Cantrell became the woman scorned with a platinum record, she was hustling behind the scenes. She started out doing backup vocals for other R&B acts, grinding through the thankless part of the business. She even joined a girl group called 8th Avenue in the 90s, hoping it would be her big break. The group didn't take off, and Blue was left right back where she started, hungry, overlooked, and stuck in industry limbo. But she didn't stop. She kept singing, kept writing, kept showing up. That's when Tricky Stewart came into the picture. When he met Tiffany, he dropped the girl group idea and focused everything on developing her solo career. The name Blue came from her obsession with blue, the birthday cakes, her favorite color, her vibe. Cantrell was just a name that sounded good. Together, it became a whole persona. Tricky brought her in to audition for L.A. Reid, and this was her shot. She sang, she delivered, and L.A. Reid signed her on the spot. Then came Hit 'em Up Style Oops, and everything changed. Released in 2001, Hit 'em Up Style Oops became a cultural reset. The beat was catchy, but the message was louder: if he cheats, hit him where it hurts. The lyrics were smart, slick, and unapologetically petty. It shot up the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at disc. Blue went from newcomer to national anthem status for every woman tired of being played. The single wasn't just a one-hit situation either. Her debut album, So Blue, went gold. The industry paid attention. She received 2 Grammy nominations, one for Best R&B Song and another for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Not bad for someone who had once been denied a role in Annie, and the spotlight kept getting brighter. She made a cameo in Drumline, brushing shoulders with mainstream Hollywood. But she wasn't done. Her next move was a collaboration with Sean Paul. That track took off overseas, especially in the UK, where it held the one spot for 4 straight weeks. That was unheard of for an American R&B artist at the time. Blue was everywhere. Magazine covers, award shows, interviews, all without the help of social media or viral moments. She became the soundtrack for women who were done staying quiet, and for a while, it looked like she was here to stay.
Have you ever kissed Jay-Z romantically?
No. No, I can't answer that. I can't answer that.
Oh, she's touching him off the neck! Look! You see?
Why do people not want to let the Jay-Z Blue Cantrell thing go?
Because, honey, that was a fabulous little high point in your
career.
career.
Well, what about Beyonce and Jay-Z? That's fabulous.
Yeah, but...
Blue Cantrell's rise was fast, almost too fast. But just as the world was starting to expect more hits, the machine behind her started to fall apart. Arista Records, the label that gave her the big shot, went through a massive shakeup. L.A. Reid was suddenly out, and for an artist like Blue, whose career was still fresh and tied so closely to her exec's support, that changed everything. When the label started merging and restructuring, Blue was offered the chance to re-sign, but she didn't. She walked away. That wasn't about ego, it was about control. She didn't want to be shuffled around or turned into a formula artist. Blue always said she wanted to write and sing her music, not be told what to do. In 2008, she dropped Gossip, Lies and Secrets, a little-known project that never got proper promotion. In the same year, she appeared on Celebrity Circus, a reality show where celebrities trained to perform circus acts. It wasn't exactly TRL or 106 in Park, but it was exposure. Still, the public stopped seeing her as a serious artist. Slowly, the headlines weren't about her music, they were about why she wasn't making any. The perception shifted. People started treating her like a one-hit wonder, a punchline, a curiosity. In reality, Blue was caught in the middle of label politics, bad timing, and a ruthless system that doesn't forgive women for stepping out of the spotlight. They're not trending. They act like you never existed. And then, there was a night that had everyone asking, what happened to Blue Cantrell?
The same person that robbed me for like $500 for a session ended up being in the studio while I was there with the president of the label.
In 2014, Blue's name suddenly popped up again, but this time it wasn't music blogs talking. It was the tabloids. At around 2 a.m. in Santa Monica, she was found running through the streets, screaming about someone trying to poison her with gas. Witnesses said she was panicked, barefoot, and fully convinced she was being targeted. The police were called. She was taken in for a psychological evaluation. No arrests were made, no criminal charges, but the headlines were brutal. They called it a meltdown. They plastered her name all over gossip sites, mocking the very same woman who once sang about revenge with so much confidence. But let's pause for a second. Was this really just a breakdown, or was something going on? Blue had been out of the public eye for years. There were no scandals, no tell-all interviews, no big PR stunts, just silence, and instead of asking if Blue needed help, people checked out. And just like that, she disappeared again. She wasn't just battling the industry, she was dodging messy men like Neo in The Matrix. If there's one thing Blue never chased, it was fame through relationships. While a lot of artists used public romances to stay in the spotlight, Blue kept her dating life low-key but not drama-free. Let's start with the NBA player situation. Right after she did a Playboy spread, she got ghosted by a certain pro baller. She never named names, but fans had their guesses. One minute they were hot, the next. He vanished like he was trying out for a magic show. Blue didn't drag him in the media, she kept it pushing. But the experience added to the pile of disrespect she was quietly collecting behind the scenes. Then there was the Tommy Lee connection. They were linked for a short time, and while it shocked some fans, Blue didn't seem fazed. She never confirmed much about the relationship, but the two were spotted enough to raise eyebrows. Still, there were no messy interviews, no drama-filled breakups, no diss tracks. It came and went. Unlike so many of her peers, Blue wasn't hopping from red carpet to red carpet with a new arm candy every season. She wasn't trying to stay relevant through scandal. If anything, she was trying to keep the circus away. But in an industry that thrives on chaos, that silence gets turned into mystery, and then people start filling in the blanks with whatever sells.
I have a big crush on him though. I'll tell you that much.
Did you fuck?
Still have a crush on him now.
Yes,
No, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really. I really like him though. And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him though.
Now here's the one the blogs really didn't want to let go. Blue, Cantrell, and Jay-Z. This was back when Jay was still rising into mogul territory, and Blue was the hot new R&B voice that everyone wanted to work with or get next to. Some said they were a thing. Others swore it was just studio talk and flirty vibes. But the rumors had fuel, and fans, especially Beyonce fans, weren't letting it go. Then came the confirmation. Blue, in one of her rare interviews, finally addressed it. She said, "Yes, I had a crush on him, but that's all. No dating, no hookups, no late-night studio sessions. Just a crush, honest, direct, and anticlimactic for those who wanted drama. But imagine the chaos if they had dated." This was all before Beyonce and Jay-Z became the royal couple of the music world. If Blue and Jay had gotten serious back then, the headlines would have been nuclear. Would there have been a different power couple? Would Beyonce have ever been in the picture? Or would Blue have been the one standing next to Jay at the Met Gala? That what if has always lingered, and that may have added to the mystique of Blue's complicated legacy. In 2012, when Beyonce and Jay-Z announced the birth of their daughter, they revealed her name, Blue Ivy Carter. And just like that, Blue Cantrell became a much harder name to search. Now on the surface, it might seem harmless. People named their kids all sorts of things, but fans noticed something strange. Blue Cantrell's online visibility started dropping hard. Search results got buried under baby pics, baby fashion, baby everything. Suddenly, Blue didn't mean the R&B singer with a Grammy nod. It meant Beyonce's child. That led to a wild theory. Was it intentional? Was naming their child Blue just a coincidence, or a power move that erased Blue Cantrell from the public space without even touching her? Now, no one's saying Jay-Z and Beyonce conspired to erase a singer from Google, but in the world of branding, names carry power. Search engine dominance is control, and the timing, kind of interesting, especially considering all those old Jay-Z rumors. Whether it was shade, coincidence, or pure internet mechanics, the end result was the same. Blue Cantrell's name stopped trending. But Blue's not one to stay down. She's been trying to get back in, but the industry doesn't exactly throw welcome parties.
That's a Blue Cantrell, but yeah, no, he was dating Blue, but he had another woman that was pregnant that was about to come out with with her pregnancy around
Was
the
she
same
from
time.
the islands?
Something like that. And that's where he met Rihanna. Robin Fenty is in Barbados. So I know he spends a lot of time out there. And what I do know, and I don't even have to say allegedly, is that he has a trap house in Dallas, Texas, that him and Diddy are funding, and they have minors, male and female, working in there. And I'll say it into the camera, and it's not allegedly. Y'all need to go see about Dallas. And they got Yellow Beezy running it. That's on me, baby.
Oh,
they got minor women and boys. I would say women, teenage girls and boys, and they're having sex with the girls.
Despite all the setbacks, Blue never quit. She teased a return in 2013 with hints about a new album. She posted studio clips, hinted at collaborations, and started reconnecting with fans. The momentum was slow, but real. Then, in 2016, she tried again. Another round of teasers, more promises of music, even some behind-the-scenes shots. But both times, the projects fizzled. No album, no rollout, no real explanation. Still, Blue stayed active. While the US industry forgot her, fans didn't. She's performed in Europe and Australia, where Breathe and Hit 'em Up styles still play like they're brand new. In places where R&B wasn't so disposable, Blue's legacy stayed intact. And let's not forget the money. Blue's estimated net worth, around $5 million, 0 cents. That's with no recent albums, no viral TikTok, no major media appearances. That means something. That means her music lasted. It means she played the game smart. She wasn't just the girl who gave us Oops. Blue Cantrell came in with pipes, presence, and pen game. She had that kind of confidence you couldn't teach. Slick with the vocals, sharp with the lyrics, and bold enough to go toe-to-toe with the best in the business. Whether she was climbing the charts or getting ghosted by the industry, Blue carried herself like a woman who knew her worth. Even when the headlines turned against her, she didn't play victim. She stayed out of messy feuds, kept her private life private, and let the music speak when the industry actually gave her the mic. That's rare, and it's exactly why her story still gets people talking. She showed us that you don't need 100 hits to leave a mark. You just need one that hits hard, and Blue did that. So let's give flowers while she can still smell them. Call her underrated, call her misunderstood, but never call her irrelevant. Blue Cantrell didn't just confirm the rumors, she reminded us that real talent doesn't fade. It just waits for the right moment to breathe again. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Blue was blackballed by the industry? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and see y'all in the next video.